Relax, sir.
Come. Shalom. YAHUSHUA to all the brothers. Shalom. YAHUSHUA to all the sisters. I am priest and officer Abadayah 1000. And this is the Monday night scripture breakdown class with General Mahayaman. He will be in the building shortly. Have your questions prepared. He will answer all questions, any and all questions, and you can all get answered through the scriptures. So, YAHUSHUA, Israel. We are the prince of the power, princess of the power of your female. So we have to be held at a higher standard. The Most High God gave us laws, statutes, and commandments to obey by. Our forefathers are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are the Israelites. We need to obey the Most High God. We can't be sinners. We can't transgress the law. We can't go against the Most High God. We can't vote. We have a king. His name is YAHUSHUA mashiach, Jesus Christ.
Right.
The Most High God is our God. We can't be in these false ideologies, false philosophies. We can't be in Buddhism, Hinduism, Egyptology, Pan-Africanism, Islam. We can't do that. We're separate. We're holy. We're set apart. We're special unto the Most High God. He chose us out of all the people. And then we should take that to heart. It shall uplift us. But he's a father to us, and he will discipline his children when we get out of line. That's why we're in the captivity that we're in today. This is the last captivity. When you get a chance with them, give me Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. This is our last captivity, but we got to make sure we make it on those chariots. So when Christ returns, he has somebody to save. He's not, because Christ's not coming back if we not right. So we got to get right. We almost at the end. We Matthew 24th chapter. Wars. We'll hear wars and rumors of wars. We see that going on here in the planet Earth. We see that going on. So let's get right. Let's do all we can do. Work as hard as we can, because in Jeremiah we gotta fish our people. We call us to be fishers of men. This is fishing season, and eventually, when Christ returns, it'll be hunting season. So let's do what we need to do to make it on those chariots. This is Zephaniah 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. That's what it says. It says, gather yourselves together. That's what we got to do. We got to come into the I.S.U.P.K, gather ourselves together, join these classes. Join these classes, tune into these classes, attend the Most High God's high holy days. We just got finished the Feast of Tabernacles. Observe the Sabbath, pay our tithes, keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Listen to these radio shows and keep pushing this truth. Read Zephaniah 2 and verse 1 with them, y'all.
Come. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Gather yourselves together. See, we got to gather ourselves together. That's what the Lord wants us to do. He doesn't want us to be individualites. He wants us to come together as a unit in the Israelite school of universal knowledge. That's where the Most High God is at. He's not with the fake Israelite groups. He's not in the Christian church. He's not in the Muslim mosque. Read.
Come. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
It's so important for us to gather together. He had to say it twice. He had to repeat himself, because we are hard-headed and stiff-necked people. We don't like to listen. We gotta get punished for us to listen and turn back to the Most High God. O nation not desired. We're not desired here on this earth. The police brutality, the The other nations are confederate against us. Psalms 83rd chapter. We are on the bottom. We are on the bottom because we refuse to keep the law, such commandments of the Most High God. Read on, Baba Kashaw.
Come. Verse 2. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff.
Before the decree bring forth, before the Most High God gives that order back to send his son, YAHUSHUA mashiach, commonly known as Jesus Christ, back on the earth. Before the day passes the chaff, thermonuclear fire is coming to the land called America. Thermonuclear fire is coming before the day passes the chaff. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. See, come upon us. So we gotta do something. We don't want the Lord letting come upon us. We've been in captivity. We serving this captivity. Club, sir. Would you like it, sir? Come. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you. See, we don't want that. The Lord's anger come upon us. We don't want that. So we got to get right now, because we don't want to die without our oppressor. That would be a mistake. That would be a brutal mistake on our end, given that we are all given a chance to obey the Lord now, to live right now. Read, Baba Kashaw.
Come, sir. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon us. So this is a warning. Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon us, what shall we must do? Read.
Verse 3. Seek ye the Lord.
Seek the Most High God. That's what we got to do. We have to seek the Most High God. Open the book, read it, and do it. Apply it. That's what we must do. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer 5,000 Officer Yadai.
Shalom, Israel. And give Officer I.B.A. Hayah another hand, man. What I.B.A. was bringing out is heavy. At the day of the Lord is coming. The day of the Most High is coming. Now is the time to get yourself together. Now is not the time to still be out there in the world and still be indecisive. Black, Latino, First Nation, man and woman, we only got 2 minutes to go. Think of it like it's 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? It's just about over. You see China and Taiwan. China's getting ready to take Taiwan. You see what's going on in Russia and the Ukraine. You see how everybody is floating over there down to the Middle East like the Bible said so, man. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we've been prophesying this since 1969, man.
Right.
World War III is going to happen. Black man and woman, Latino man and woman, First Nation man and woman. Now is not the time for you to sit home and be like, well, I know I'm Israel. Like, I can get right tomorrow. Don't put it off. Don't put off getting right tomorrow or the next week or the next month. Now is the time to tune into these classes. To tune in online, or if you can come to class physically, that'd be beautiful.
Right.
That'd be perfect. That's why the scripture also says, if I could, right, give me Book of Micah. Micah 2:10.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. Mm-hmm. Arise ye and depart.
Arise ye and depart. Now is the time to take our mind out of this place, right? Because let me tell you what's up. You think, you know what I mean, that you can still celebrate Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, your birthday, all that. You got to get those things out your mind, man. It's time to arise ye and depart. You don't got to get on a boat and go to Zimbabwe. You don't got to go to the other side of the earth. You can take your mind out of America today. Arise ye and depart. You know what I mean? You got to depart from this place. You got to depart. You put Halloween behind you. Put these holidays behind you. Keep going.
For this is not your rest.
This is not your rest. A lot of us get comfortable in this place. You get comfortable in this captivity here in America. This place is not our rest. How can we find rest when we're getting unalive every day? When we're getting abused? Black, Latino, First Nation, man and woman, this is not our rest. Keep going.
Because it is polluted.
This place is what?
Polluted.
This place is polluted. How do you know that this place is polluted? You're getting ready to vote too on top of that. They get what, in 2 weeks, I buy it? You get to decide, you know what I mean? If you want Lucifer or Satan, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, it's a sad day, sad thing, I buy. You're not supposed to be voting, period. We ain't supposed to be voting for, especially, you know what I mean, for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. We have someone that you have to put your vote in, and that is YAHUSHA mashiach, who the world ignorantly knows as Jesus Christ. That's our king. That's our king. And Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman, the only true way to serve our king is to get right in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding General YAHANNA.
Why do you die? Hold it down. We're going to get it on tonight. We're going to talk about all of the topics that you need to be prepared for to go out on the street and on the internet and battle for the word of God. Everyone understands, correct? Okay. Where can we begin?
Sir. This is from U.P.K. This is from Officer Marab.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Shalom, sir, Lord of Christ, if I could, with your grace, that I get a breakdown of Numbers 13 and 33. Is this saying that the son of Anak were far more taller than us, or is there another meaning for giant?
Absolutely, officer, and I appreciate the question. It's my honor to help you, all right? Let's read it, please.
This is the book of Numbers 13 and verse 33. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers. And so we were.
Okay, now get that. Now this is talking about physically tall, because it said in his own sight. There's a different type of giants in the book of Genesis, which is not speaking about height at all, but speaking about reputation. All right. What was Marah's question?
I think it's a little further downwards.
I think I might remember his question. Is he asking, were these so-called giants bigger than the brothers who were looking at him, or bigger than Israel? Is that what he's saying?
And he's asking, is the son of Anak were far more taller than us, or is there another meaning for giant? I believe you answered.
Okay, yeah, this is physically giant. So this is like assessing an opponent. Like imagine being in a UFC match or a boxing match or a street fight, and you look at this cat and you go, God damn, this cat is big. I'm like a little grasshopper compared to him. They're assessing their ability to fight these men. So this is a physical looking at them. They are big men, like Goliath was. And as the men of Israel looked at Goliath, their hearts were shaken, except for the son of Judah from the house of Jesse. Everyone understands. Preguntas.
This is from Shantaray Mystique.
Shantaray, good to hear from you, sister. Go ahead.
She said, Salat, sir, if I may ask with your grace.
Please.
Can I get a breakdown of Deuteronomy 22 and 11? Bashar, my friend tried to use this to say that Israelites only follow the laws when it's beneficial.
I don't know what she's talking about. I believe Commanding General YAHANNA has a career that spans the ages of integrity and fighting against hypocrisy, not on the side of it. I don't know what you're talking about when you say, Israelites, but you'd have to ask your friend. But I'll go ahead and read it to explain it to you, please. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, 22, verse 11. Thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together. All
right, so your friend is saying that we don't do this in the Israelite School of UPK. We absolutely do this in the Israelite School of UPK. Officer, you die.
She elaborated because her friend is trying to say because we choose not to eat pork, but we mix linens and fabric.
Right. We don't mix linens or fabrics. You just don't know what mixing linens and fabrics is about. You just don't understand it. I'm speaking about your friend, Sister Shantaray Mystique. Your friend is an ignorant troll and a trollop. That's an old time word for women like her. A trollop. A common trollop. And what she is trying to do is she hopes that she can find fault in us to justify her everyday transgressions against God. But you're not going to find that in here, sweet baby. All right? When the Bible says no mixed garment shall come upon you, the Bible is making a guarantee that the Israelites will not be cheated by unscrupulous merchants. That's what it's talking about. It is not saying don't sew your clothing together. It's saying no mixed garment shall come upon you, meaning no one is going to cheat you in the marketplace when you're buying garments, because these are rules not for little stupid trollops to, govern their lives by. These are rules that a nation had to govern themselves by. I'll tell you exactly what you're reading here. You're reading the EPA that you have today in America, or the Consumer Service Bureau that you have here in America, or the Fraud Bureau, when they'll guarantee that car is not a lemon. They'll guarantee your money back if it doesn't work. The Bible is giving laws to merchants. Why? Because before these laws in the land of Egypt, which was full of frauds and thieves and liars, if you went and bought a leather garment, part of it was not leather. Part of it was, skin from a pig or skin from some other animal. So you're thinking this is a cow skin garment. You take it home, come to find out it's a pig skin garment. I told you brothers last week, you've heard the term before, now the cat is out the bag. Well, that comes from the time in markets right here in America when you would go to the market and buy live animals, the same way they buy live animals in China today at wet markets. You would go and buy a live pig. You buy a piglet, you take it home, they will put the piglet in a bag, you bring it home and you feed it for 6 months. And you get that pig big and fat so you could eat the pig, right? That's what happened over here in America. Well, many times when you got that screaming, squirming thing home, a cat would jump out the bag and it wasn't a piglet. And so because of that, the term "now the cat is out the bag" began to be synonymous with you finding out that someone tried to cheat you. When the Bible says no mixed garment shall come upon you in this entire law, it's the Most High guaranteeing that if you keep these laws, no one will tell you it's leather and really it's pig skin. No one will tell you it's silk and really it's some other garment. No one will tell you it's wool and really it's the hair that they cut off their son's head. No one will be able to do that. It won't come upon you. It won't happen if you keep these laws. You just tell your friend that, Sister Shantaray, or have her watch the class. Either one, I don't care, either way. Preguntas.
This is from the I.U.I.C. From Lord.
Please.
If you see fit, may I get a general breakdown of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 22?
Absolutely, I'm happy to serve. Please read.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
This is an excellent Commanding General YAHANNA precept, an excellent brotherhood precept, an excellent Hebrew Academy precept. This is what it means. You have a right to be angry with a brother if this brother has actually committed a transgression, committed an act against you that's against the law. Meaning a brother sleeps with your wife. You are justified in being angry with him. And you're justified in bringing him to counsel and for demanding before the Lord that punishment be brought on him and that he be made to suffer for the sin he committed against you. If your wife commits adultery against you, you are absolutely right to bring her to the priest under Commanding General YAHANNA in your city and say, my lords, This woman has whored on me. I am offended, and I want punishment done to her. You're within your right to be angry at a woman who's committed adultery. If a man steals from you, if a man lies to you, if a man violates you or your children in an unlawful way, which is what violation means, then you have a right to be angry with them. But you can't be angry with him for wearing a red rag. Do you understand? That you're not allowed to be angry with. If he wears a blue rag, you can't say, I'm angry with you because you wear blue, because you wear red. I'm angry with you because, you live on that neighborhood and I live in this one. So simply because his mother got Section 8 over there, you have to kill him. Well, you can't be angry with him because his mother got Section 8 on the other side of town, right? Because his mother got a project on a different part of the city. You can't be angry with him for that. You can't be angry with him because he's selling drugs. No problem, warrior. Because he's selling drugs on a corner you want to sell drugs on. That is not a justifiable reason for anger. When it says without cause, think about the term that they use in Esau's court today, just cause. You have to have just cause, meaning there's a law against it. He did it, or you allege that he did it. Now your anger is justified. However, if you're angry with him because of how he dresses or how he stands or how he, you like him, you like a brother that does this. You don't like a brother that does this. That's all over this stupid internet. I see it happen too many times with you people who get so angry about what's that mess that people do on the internet, Captain? Subliminal posts. Oh, you're an excellent mind reader, aren't you? You know what I recommend? Stop reading everybody's goddamn mind. Turn off your ability to read minds. I know you're clairvoyant. I know you can read the minds of people. Turn it off. Don't read their minds. Why? Because there's nothing wrong with what they're saying. Let me give you an example that these fake Israelites did that I got called about a couple of days ago. This is not a brother in the school. This is somebody else. I don't know who did it, but some fake Israelite group. And they said, you brothers talk about brotherhood a lot, but you can't just talk about brotherhood. You got to be a brother. The Christians talk brotherhood too. Now, some brothers in the world, they got angry at him. And so then they called me and I asked them, is the statement wrong? Don't you have to do more than talk brotherhood? They said, yeah, but see, he's saying that because he responded to this post I made 2 hours ago. I said, how do you know that? Well, see, because I made this, and so that's why he made that. And then the brother said, if you don't like it, then I don't know, step to me or just deal with it. And I said, so, okay, is the statement wrong? Is it wrong to say you must love in deed and not just word? Is that wrong? He said, no. I said, so why are you angry at him for saying that? Because I'm reading his mind and I believe he's talking about me. You are angry with that brother without cause to be angry with him. And they also invented the block button, which is for the healing of the nations. You could block anyone you want to on social media. You could block me. If my posts are just a little too aggressive for you, hey, I understand. I'm a hard drink to swallow. I can understand that. Block me. I'll be fine. I won't even know you did it. You sisters out there, sometimes I call a woman a derogatory statement when she deserves it. I know it hurts your feelings sometimes. Just block me. You don't have to ever hear it again. It can heal you. But why be angry with someone about a post that you don't even know if they're talking about you, and the statement on face value is right? Now, if the statement, they say, all the brothers should eat pork. Now you have a what? Just cause to be angry because it is unlawful to eat pork. And if someone makes a post saying everyone eat pork, you're justified in being angry with them. If someone says you can be in the truth and not follow commanding General YAHANNA, you have a just cause to be angry with them because that's against the Bible. That's against the law of Moses to say that. Do you understand? That's a heresy. That's rebellion. But if they're saying, you know, something that is right on face value, turn off your ability to read their mind and maybe you won't be so angry with them. Just cause means it has to be an actual crime, an actual sin, or else you have no right to be upset about it at all. And if you are upset about it, if you're still angry about a post that means nothing on face value or is lawful on face value, or you're angry because he does this instead of this, or you're angry because, you know, I don't know. There's 1,000 ways. There's 1,000 reasons that people fall out with each other. Is it not, Mahayaman? Do you know the Temptations broke up about 5 times? Do you know every rock and roll group you've ever heard of has broken up? Do you know Eric B hates Rakim? Nobody knows what I'm talking about, do you? Do you know what I'm talking about? Mahayaman, how about you?
If I make sense, they recently did something together.
They hated each other for 20 years. 20 years, Eric B and Rakim. Do you know Public Enemy hated Flavor Flav and kicked, I'm sorry, not Flavor Flav, what's the other one? Professor Griff. They hated each other. People fall out with good friends all the time. People fall out with people they need for money. Partners fall out with each other. Marriages break up. Now, how do we keep our love together in here? You have to have the kind of love that you will not allow to die. How do you do that? By not finding cause to dislike someone because of a post they made that you don't even know is talking about you or referring to your post. You find cause to love them. Find a reason to love them. Find a reason. Look at the post and say, it could be about my post, but you know what? It's not. I'm just going to say it ain't my post. I'm just going to say, oh, these posts are starting to bother me. You know what? I'm going to block him so that I don't see his posts, so that when I see him in person, I can love him. Right. Find a way to never let love die, or else you're just like these fake Israelites the brothers told me about. Some fake Israelite group, they break off with each other, break up with each other, hound I.O.C.K like hounding a goddamn parole officer to get out of jail, or not to get sent back to jail. They hound I.O.C K because they broke up with each other. Falling out is human. In the U.P.K, you're required to be more than human. And I pray you understand that. All right, I'm giving you how you don't fall out. Don't be angry with someone when you don't have just cause to be angry with them. If you do, you're the one that's being brought to the council, you. And the Bible likens your anger at him. The Bible compares it with murder in times past. You were brought to counsel for murder in times past. But I say unto you, whosoever is angry with his brother without cause shall be in danger of the council today. I pray you understand that. Anything else? Please, Captain. I'm getting the captain in the back. You got it.
Yes, sir. From in general, what's the best way to like explain Halloween to a child where they can understand?
To a child, so they can understand. Tell the child, ask the child this. How old is the child? 4. Ask the child, does he want a monster to crawl in his window and kill him? Say, do you want a ghost to come in your room and stab you with blood coming off his teeth? The child will say no, right? You tell him, then why do you celebrate monsters on Halloween with blood on their teeth and knives in their hands to stab people and ghosts that torment people? But do you want to go? If you want a ghost, young man, tell me. Maybe there's one under your bed tonight when I leave out of this room. Do you want that? He'll say, no, I do not, Daddy. And I say, me either, son. And that's why we don't celebrate it, because it's wrong to pray and hope that monsters hurt children. It's wrong. That's what I would say to a child. All right. Próximo. Preguntas. Preguntas. No, not próximo. Próximo. Next. You get the point. Go ahead. Please, up front.
There was still more on that scripture.
I'm sorry, please.
Okay. And whoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council.
The word Raka is evil. Like you tell him, you're evil. Why is he evil? Because he made a post that said you should love brothers not with just talking about it, but doing it. Why does that make him evil for saying that? How's that wrong? Well, because I know he was talking about me. I know he was referring. How do you know that? And you know what's going to happen? I inevitably, I'm going to ask that brother, were you talking about him? Guess what the brother is going to say? Who wants to blow my mind with the obvious answer? Huh? No, I was not. They always say that every single time. Were you referring to anybody in the school, sister, when you said some of these men out here, they don't know how to be nice to their wives? Sister, were you talking about your husband? No, I was talking about people in the world that, don't know. Like my uncle, he used to beat my aunt. Oh, well, shit. Sis, then this is much ado about nothing. All right? No problem. Because some men are mean to their wives, right? That's true. Some men are mean to their wives. Now, the sister says something like, you U.P.K. brothers need to stop tearing up all that tail. Leave some for somebody else. Well, sister, a man will find fault with that, and it'll be justified. All right? Because that's against the Bible to say that. Do you understand it? All right. Próxima preguntas.
Come on, sir. This is from
Próximo. Go ahead.
This is from SICARII by God. He said, Shalom, Lord of Christ, sir.
Please.
Water for your time.
No problem.
Are the horses in Zechariah 1 and 8 to 11 actual horses? Or
No.
How are they decorated angels?
No, the horses in Zechariah are a vision. They're not angels at all. It's a vision that a brother had at night while he was sleeping. They represent spirits. Now, if you were looking at the spirit in the room, you would see nothing. You would see mist. You would see nothing at all. Just like when the angel of death came through Egypt, and the angel of death went under the doors into the houses to unalive the enemies of God. So this is that. This is a spirit that you can't see, but you can see the evidence of a man when that spirit is on him. And this spirit of the book of Revelations, those horsemen are riding right now. You can see it at the Donald Trump rally. You can see it there. You can see it when they storm the Capitol. You can see it in the Ukraine. You can see it. You can see it when the evidence of the Third World War is in front of your face. You can't see the spirit that's making them do it, but the evidence is in front of you in that man that does it. Everyone understands. So these are not angels. These are spirits, and I'm using that word because that's exactly what it says in the Bible. All right. So a spirit is a vibe that people start to just catch. People start to want. It's like a fervor that everybody gets wrapped up in. And before you know it, everyone gets unalived. Everyone understands. Próxima preguntas.
This is from Officer Makalat out of Atlanta. It's like I don't want with your grace, but for sure. As Esau enabled sisters and their daughters, to accept whorish ways by making them seem okay for them to wear bikinis, cheerleading, sports suits at an early age.
Okay, you have to look at the thing they're wearing. Now a bikini, I believe, is just a two-piece, like a bra and panties. Am I right about that? A bikini is unacceptable, period. Because if a bra and panties is unacceptable, then a bikini has to be unacceptable because a bikini is a bra and panties. Now, if your wife would walk down the street in a bra and panties, then she should just wear a bikini to the beach. But if she would never walk down the street or go to work in a bra and panties, then she should never wear a bikini to the beach. I don't think this is even debatable. Now, besides a bikini, there are conservative forms of swimwear that a woman could absolutely wear. Some are different based on the woman's body type. Some women are of a peculiar thickness. You got to watch what you wear. You're of a particular structure. You got to be more careful what you wear than another sister is, all right? Because it will look obscene on you when it might look totally normal and benign on another sister. So there's a swimwear that's totally lawful. Cheerleading. There's a way to be a cheerleader, and it's absolutely something for children to have fun at a harmless, innocent, lawful game. There's nothing unlawful about your daughter being a cheerleader. Now, if your daughter is going to hump right in everybody's face and shake what her mother gave her, and hump and gyrate and grind to turn men on, then that is unlawful. If she wears a skirt that's too high up, how do you know it's too high? The father will know. He'll know. If you don't have a father in her life, go to your camp leader. He'll know. But there's a way to be a cheerleader and to dress in cheerleading apparel, and it's completely fine. All right, so you want to look at it. You want to look at it and see if it's offensive or if it looks fine. If you don't know, I'm sure the camp leader in your city can let you know. Próximo, preguntas.
Colonel Khan, this is from AWOL. He said, Slakia, sir, question if I may. In certain situations, like Second Ezra, why were the prophets required to fast before receiving answers?
Say one more, like in what?
When he was referring to something, Ezra, where he said, why?
Oh, yeah, when Ezra had to go on that fast before the angel would tell him about the times and the changing of times. For time's sake, I'll make it very simple for you. To earn it. You understand, warrior? What's his name? AWOL. To earn it. That's what the fast is about, brother. Jesus Christ sent his men out on the street to teach. And when they came back, they said, listen, we could not cast the demon out of this one. Christ said, well, you have little faith. You don't have any faith. If you had some faith, you would have been able to do it. Howbeit, however, this type of demon only comes out through prayer and fasting. Then there was another precept. Oh, what's the other one? What's the other one on the tip of my tongue? Who else fasted when the person fasted? David. David fasted when he committed a sin against God and he didn't want the Lord to take his son. He fasted. The woman fasted when Elijah came to eat the last bit of bread she had. Put all those together and it'll explain fasting to you. Put the Day of Atonement with it and you can understand it. Fasting is you earning your next meal, is you earning the right to be blessed by God. It's how you earn it. Oh, you want this prophecy? Let me see. Do you want your demon to be healed out of you? Then go on a fast. Isn't that not what Purim is about? When that sister, what's her name? Esther. When Esther said, listen, if you want me to go talk to this king, I'm going to go on a fast before I go in there. And I want all of you to go on a fast too. Why? To earn the right not to die when she goes in to speak to that king without having an appointment. To get the Most High God to look down from heaven and say, I see you want it. I see you want it. Is that not what life is about? To show God you want it? To show him your will is greater than the obstacle? Young man, listen, that's something the Commander General YAHANNA taught me when I was a young man. Please believe I learned the lesson. I know how to earn it. Fasting is about showing God you want it. I pray you understand. Próximo.
This is from Officer Zarok out of Detroit. Yes, officer, is it unlawful to be a police officer in the U.P.K?
No, it is not unlawful to be a police officer in the U.P.K. It is unlawful to abuse people. It is unlawful to shoot someone when it's not in self-defense. It is unlawful to take your power and to belittle your nation. It's unlawful to oppress, but it is not unlawful to be a police officer. If you're angry at someone simply for being a police officer in the U.P.K, you are angry with them without cause. That you're angry for nothing. The actual job is not unlawful. Do I need to bring 1,000 precepts? How about this one? Cornelius. I'll bring him up because Cornelius was a man who was in the Italian band, in the Italian military. And the Lord told him to go to Peter to learn the truth. But he knew that Peter would never talk to him because he was a filthy heathen. He was a sinner. He was in the Italian band. But Peter did talk to him because God hath shown him what God has cleansed. Thou shalt not call common and unclean. God has cleansed cops in the U.P.K. God cleansed them. They don't abuse people on their job. They don't strangle people. They don't harm people. And they are duty and honor bound if they see another cop harming a black man. Right. They have to stop it. They can't be in the school and not stop it. They have to stop it. They have to risk their job, risk their life to stop other cops from abusing black people. You will not call common or unclean what God has cleansed. I pray you understand. Próximo preguntas.
Sir. This is from Alazar von YAHUAH. It says, Shalom, sir, Lord of Christ. If I could get the origins of people saying bless you after a sneeze, and is it against the Most High?
Yes, it is against the Most High because it's religious. A quick way to know if something is unlawful or lawful is it based in the worship of a god? Bless you comes from the time of the Black Plague. The time of the Black Plague is what? 1600s or something like that. You heard of the COVID-19 virus. You should have saw the Black Plague. That's for all you vaccine people that hate vaccines. There was a time when there was something called the bubonic plague. The Black Plague damn near killed everybody. Please, up front. Microphone, please. Give me one more time. Let me learn to play "See Me One More Time" in Spanish. Just stand there. Don't even get up yet, please. Please be seated. I appreciate your service. Gracias por tu servicio. Gracias por tu servicio. Stand by. Go ahead. Let me get that in Spanish. Come on, warrior. Keep going.
Is that the same plague that people were apparent dead, but they really wasn't, and they're being they put them like in a coffin or something like that, and then they're ringing the bell or something like that?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that absolutely happened, which is where the term graveyard shift comes from that practice. But I can't remember if it's from the Black Plague. I just can't recall because there are other plagues. There's the Spanish plague that happened in the early 1900s. There were other times when they had plagues. All right. Someone asked YASHUA to tell me what stand by means and see me one more time or whatever, how you would translate that. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. So when it comes to like somebody saying bless you, because I know like a lot of people like to them it's like they trying to
be polite.
In time. So what about when it comes to like saying thank you? Like,
that's exactly what you should do. When someone says bless you, say thank you because they're ignorant. They don't know that they're committing a sin, right? But you know that they're trying to be polite in their ignorance. So what's proper and dignified, which is of course something that an Israelite School of UPK officer under commanding General YAHANNA should be. You should be an ambassador for the truth, a statesman. Someone says bless you, thank you. But you never say bless you. Never. Okay? And then maybe they'll ask you why. And then you'll drop the truth on them and maybe their lives will be saved. All right? The history of bless you comes from the Black Plague. The Black Plague had flu-like symptoms, just like COVID-19, meaning you knew someone had it because they started to sneeze and cough. So if someone started to sneeze, that's a flu symptom. So people heard you sneeze, achoo, oh shit. Lord, protect you because I don't want that sneeze to mean that you have the Black Plague. So, oh, Jesus, please, God bless you. I pray that that's not the Black Plague. I pray you don't give it to me. Everybody died. You understand? It didn't work. Okay? It still doesn't. Officer Murad.
Sir.
Go ahead.
Like you said, that same thing happened with COVID. When COVID came out, you be on the train, you sneeze. Some sisters tell me, oh, God, Jesus.
Lord. They fall out. Yeah, that doesn't work. So that's where it comes from. Officer, you die. You die.
I remember one time when the pandemic came, I sneezed at the slavery. They said, brother, you trying to give me the pandemic? He called it the pandemic.
I remember they used to say that. The pandemic. Oh, please. Okay. All right. I'm ready whenever you are.
Sorry, sir. Verme una vez más.
Oh.
See me one more time.
Vername.
Verme una vez más.
One more time.
Verme una vez más.
Oh, can I write that down? Can I take still 1 second from me?
Come on.
Okay, stand by. Everyone stand by. Talk amongst yourself. Teach yourselves for a couple of minutes. All right. Okay, say it one more. I'm sorry. Say it now.
Come. Verme una vez más.
Verme una
Vez más.
vez with a Z or S?
V. What is it?
With a Z. Vez más. I'll probably get a lot of practice saying this. Verme una vez más. Matamia. Verme, right? Verme una vez más. Verme una vez. Una, not una.
Stand by.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Apoyar.
Apayar. Okay, hold on.
APOYAR. Apoyar.
Okay, and here we go. APO
Yar.
Apoyar. Apoyar. Verme una vez más. Right? Stand by. Apoyar. Apoyar. Gracias. Gracias. Gracias por tu servicio, Yedaya. All right, let's go.
Come, sir. This is from YAHUSHUA Ban Banyamin. He said, Shalom, YAHUWAH, Shalom, sir. Water for your time, sir. But if I could get a breakdown of Ezekiel 34, chapter 34, verse 17 to 22.
Absolutely, warrior. Go ahead and read it for him.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 34. In verse 17. And as for you, O my flock, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I judge between cattle and cattle.
So if I could, this is speaking about the flock of the Lord, which is speaking about the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's a precept you need because, of course, a group of sheep is called a flock. All right. Jesus Christ said he came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All right. So he's speaking to us, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, los 12 tribus de la nación de Israel. He's speaking to us. All right. Continue.
Between the rams and the goats.
So now he's going to give you a metaphor now. All right. Do I need more context? Is there something else above it that I might need? Shalom, sis. How you doing? Let me hear the breakdown.
This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 11. For thus saith the Lord God, behold, I, even I, will search my sheep and seek them out.
Keep going.
Verse 12. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep.
Perfect precept. I absolutely understand. Gracias. Now read it from the brother's question. Let's start from the top now.
Okay. This is the book of Ezekiel 34, verse 17. And as for you, O my flock, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I judge between cattle and cattle, between the rams and the eagles.
The Most High God wants to explain something to Israel that they don't quite understand after so many years of living among heathens. The Lord can find you here. He can find you. He can find you in Mexico. He can find you in Guatemala and in Haiti. He can find you in North Philly. He can find you in Brooklyn. He can find you in Harlem. He can find you in any land that you've been scattered in. You're not far from him, even though you are far from your homeland. You're far from the land where your forefathers were buried, but you are not far from his arm to deliver you and protect you. That's something that our adversaries don't know about, our adversarios. They don't know that the Most High God is still close enough to us to protect us. That's why they mock us. That's why they ridicule us, because they believe that our God will not defend us. They believe he's too far from us. He's not. Please.
I have a precept. If
Please. Mhm.
John 15:16.
Mhm.
It says, "Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit."
Forget about it. Give him a hand. That's exactly what it's talking about. That Jesus Christ sent men to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He found them wherever they were. And this precept is about this. Now I'll break down the parable for you, all right? Go ahead.
Verse 18. Seemeth in a small...
I'm sorry, read above it.
Verse 17. And as for you, O my flock, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I judge between cattle and cattle, between the rams and the he-goats.
Meaning this, the Most High God judges between cattle and cattle, between the rams and the he-goats. A ram is a male sheep, and a he-goat is a male goat. The Most High God can judge which one of those is better than another. He knows that this cow is better than that cow. This is, wait a minute, this is not a sheep, this is a goat. It is very hard to this day to tell the difference between a sheep and a goat. Like a lot of people, you got to be a farmer to be able to do that. It's hard to do it. The Most High God can. He goes, wait a minute, I asked for a sheep. You trying to sneak a goat up in here. Nigga, I know what that is. I asked for a bull of the first year without blemish. This bull is at least 2 years old. Who in the hell are you trying to fool? If the Most High God can judge those things, read.
Verse 18. Seemeth it a small thing unto you to have eaten up the good pasture?
Does it seem a small thing to you to have eaten up the good land, the good pasture? Keep going.
But ye must tread down with your feet the residue of your pasture.
But you must stomp under the residue of your pasture. Meaning this, if I can judge between goats and sheep, can I judge you? Can I give you, he's using the metaphor of sheep again. Can I give you the good pasture to graze on? Can I give you all of the grass that you want, rolling green hills of grass for you to eat, which in our case would mean riches, and glory, and mines, and diamonds, and gold, and land, and farms, and industries at our disposal. Couldn't I give you the good land? But you have to stomp on it and tread out the residue. You can't appreciate that I can provide for you. You can't do that. But you know I can determine if a bull is a year old or not and a goat is a lamb, but you think I don't see your actions cause me to not bless you. I can do it. It's not a small thing. Keep going. I'm sorry, it is a small thing, which is the point. Keep going.
And to have drunk of the deep waters?
I could have gave you the deep waters to drink. What's the metaphor? You dig a well, that's the metaphor. You got a well, the well is not deep. The well is 10 feet. What's that well gonna be full of? All types of mess and nonsense and mud and gook that all the dead things that didn't decay enough yet. But man, if I can get down in that ground about 100 feet, if I can get down there, I'm gonna drink crystal clear water down there. I can give that to you. I know how to determine whether a goat is a sheep or not. I can give you deep waters, from a well so deep that the water is clean. I could do that for you. I could help you, but you won't have it so. Continue.
But ye must foul the residue with your feet.
Here you go. But instead, you know what you do? You just stomp on the puddle and stomp it out and filthy everything. You won't have it so. You won't let me help you. You just won't. And that's life being Black and Hispanic, young brothers and sisters. Being a people with God's protection at their disposal. And they just won't have it. They don't want it. Why? Your leaders are the reason you won't have it. Your shepherds lead you astray, sheep. Your shepherds are the reason that this flock drinks muddy water and grazes on nothing. Continue. I'm sorry, please.
If I could, sir, in recent times, I see a lot of sit-downs that happen in the community, and this word been broadcasted worldwide. Everybody knows who he is. Most time Christ for that. And a lot of times when I see these sit downs on the internet, they talking about the issues that we had a solution for. And at the end of everything, that's why they like, that's why we must vote.
Yeah, we'll give him a hand. That's correct. Right, because voting, I was going to bring this out on Thursday. I might not have time for it, but voting is more religion than it is practical. Voting is a fetish. Alexa, what is fetish voting?
I don't know that one.
I didn't think you would. Fetish voting, you can put that in your phone and you'll see what comes up. Fetish voting is when voting has no practical use, but it's moral. It's a religious thing that you have to do, even though it doesn't matter at all, right? Even though it won't change anything, but you must do it because you have a compulsion to do it, like a superstition. A superstition is a fetish. You know, you can't split a pole. You gotta cross your fingers. You can't bring an umbrella in the house. You just do it, even though you have no reason to do it. It makes no sense, but you have to do it. That's voting among blacks and Hispanics. All right. When actual change comes from changing your behavior, changing your conduct, that's real change. Everything else is a superstition. Please, let me wrap this up, please. Are we done?
A little bit more.
Go ahead.
Verse 19. And as for my flock, they eat that which ye have trodden with your feet.
There you go. And as for my flock, they eat that which you have stepped on. Meaning what? The flock of the Lord eat the ground that these heathens step on with their feet. We're about to go on to the heathens right now. Keep going.
And they drink that which ye have trodden with your feet.
You understand that? Meaning, instead of having the rolling green hills to graze on and the deep wells to drink from, we eat and drink what heathens have already polluted. That's our food. That's our water. Everything that we have are the scraps from their table. That's what we have. Continue.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God unto them, because behold, even I will judge between the fat cattle and between the lean cattle.
Oh, I'm going to judge between the fat cattle and the lean cattle. The lean cattle is the skinny cattle. The fat cattle is the one that gets all the food. The lean one is grazing on nothing. Continue.
Verse 21. Because ye have thrust with side and with shoulder, and pushed all the disease with your horns, till ye have scattered them abroad.
You understand that? Because it's using a metaphor of a big cow. So this cow has horns, and this cow just shoves everyone out the side, just bullies everyone out of its way. That's what this big ox does, this big cow does, because it's bigger, because it's the fat cow, it's stronger. So it can just bully its way in life, take anything it wants. That's our oppressor. That's why they mocked the chosen people of God, the tribe of Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. That's why they felt such liberty to mock them, because the white man is a big bully.
Right.
He bullies people that he thinks cannot defend themselves. This bastard at the Donald Trump rally made fun of Puerto Ricans, mocked them, and denigrated them. He didn't denigrate toothless hillbillies in Kentucky. He didn't denigrate NASCAR watchers. He didn't denigrate crystal meth users and Oxycontin addicts. He never made fun of them because they're big, because they're strong. But the Most High God will judge between the fat calf and the lean calf. The Most High God is going to stand up for that lean calf, for that calf that gets bullied and shoved out to the side every day, his entire life, for generations. But the Most High God is not so far away that he cannot save us. And he is not so far away that our enemies should have no cause to fear. Our enemies should be afraid to harm us. They're going to see soon, brother. They're going to see soon. Anything else?
One last verse, sir.
Please.
Verse 22. Therefore will I save my flock.
Therefore what, please?
Therefore will I save my
Emphasize
flock.
therefore, and emphasize therefore, and emphasize my. That's it. You're right. Go ahead.
Therefore will I save my flock.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to do it, brother. Have no fear, Ephraim. The Puerto Ricans are the chosen people of God. I'm assuming everyone knows what I'm referring to, right? The Puerto Ricans are the chosen people of God. Don't be afraid. The Most High God will save his flock. It's going to happen. And there will come a time when they will pay for every idle word out of their mouths. Anything else? Anything else? I got that already. Go ahead.
This is from Princess Masarab. She
Please.
says, a lot concerned. Can you expound on what kind of jesting that Ephesians 5 and 4 is talking about?
Ayala Gomas. Remind me to say that. Ayala Gomas. Is there anything else? Ayala Gomas. Now, say it again.
Sir. This is from Princess Masarab. She says, sir, can you expound on what kind of jesting from the scripture in Ephesians 5 and 4?
Absolutely, sister. No problem. Go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, and verse 4. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving to offense.
Okay, I might need 2 verses above it to make her understand.
This is the book of Ephesians, 5, and verse 2. And walk in love.
Do what?
And walk in love.
What does it mean to walk in metaphor? Walk in metaphor means doing. Doing. If I walk in this, I do this. You're going to have to complete the practice of love. Complete the practice of kindness and forgiveness and generosity. That's what love is, man. To care for someone else. The love that a good parent gives a child. The love that a good husband gives a wife and a good wife gives a husband. You can imagine what that is. That's suffering for them, going hungry for them, caring for them, being selfless for them. Do that for one another, brother. That's how you make sure love doesn't die. That's how you don't fall out like Eric B. and Rakim and the Temptations and Aerosmith and New Edition. That's how you do that. By making sure that you love them, that you walk in it. Continue.
As Christ also hath loved us, and have given himself for us, an offering and a sacrifice.
As Christ, if I could, warrior, as Christ has loved us and given himself as a sacrifice for us. I believe I just explained that. Let me make it simple for you. Love is something you give, not something you get. Just think of it like that. Done. That's simple enough to understand, right? Love is what you do to someone else, not what gets done to you. That has nothing to do with love. Nothing. You're going to love a damn child that ain't never going to be shit. Ever. But you're going to love them and love them and love them and love them. And then they grow up and they never do what you tell them to do. That's always a possibility, is it not? Does that change how you treat them? Hell no. You're going to just keep on doing it. They grow up, you go, look, this cat ain't do nothing I told him to do. This daughter did nothing I told her to do. But boy, I gave them love while they were babies. I taught them. I did it nonetheless. That's how love is what you give, not what you receive. If everyone could think like that, then you could walk in it. What you do your whole life is look to get love. That's your whole effing life, isn't it? Somebody has to love you. That's what love is. No, this ain't no love in here because I'm not happy. Ain't no love in here because I didn't get a gift. Ain't no love in here because ain't nobody called me or talked to me. Ain't no love in here. Love is how you determine how people treat you. You're ignorant of love and you don't walk in it. Love is what you give, not what you get. Everyone understands. We'll see. We'll see. Continue.
And have given himself for us an offering.
Because that's what Jesus Christ did. And we damn sure didn't love him. I know you know that already. You read the Bible, so you know we did not love him. We love Barabbas. We love the Pharisee and the Sadducee. We love 30 pieces of silver. That's what we loved. But we did not love him. But he loved us. He loved us and gave his life for us. Now it's your turn. Please.
and a sacrifice to God for a sweet smelling savor.
A sweet smelling savor is, he's comparing the death of Christ that he did willingly at the orders of God to the sacrifice that a lamb, when a priest puts a lamb on the altar and burns a lamb, and then the Lord smells roasted lamb in the kingdom of heaven. He smells it and it's sweet to him. That's what the sacrifice of Jesus Christ was like. Jesus Christ gave himself on that cross. The Most High God was pleased. Pleased. He knew that Jesus Christ, what? Whoever answers this, I'll be absolutely impressed with. He knew that Jesus Christ, what? Captain?
He don't love his brothers.
You're right, but you ain't there, but you're right. You weren't even in the class referring to the thing I'm referring to. He knew that Jesus Christ wanted it. He wanted it out. And that day he became Lord of Lords and King of Kings. He showed he wanted it. I pray you understand. Keep going.
Verse 3. But fornication and all uncleanness.
But here, let me tell you something. This ain't love. This is not it. If you're thinking about what love is not, this is not it. Fornication. What's fornication? Unlawful sex. What can I say, you died? Alternative lifestyle. We even on it? Alternative, let me practice. Alternative lifestyles. That's not love. It's right here in front of you. If you're wondering if you can love God and still fornicate. An alternative lifestyle is unlawful sex. Unlawful sex is fornication. You don't love God. You don't love people. Let me tell you, LGBT people something. You don't love the people you're having sex with. You don't love them either. Because how can you, as a molested child, as a sexually assaulted child, go out and have sex with another sexually assaulted child? You know why they're gay, because they were touched by their uncle. But all you care about is your own pleasure, so you don't care. Can I prove what I'm saying? You died. Did I send you this thing about women's prison? I didn't. I don't think I did I? About women's prison. If I could just have a few minutes of your time. This is a good one. If I have time, I'll try to get it to you. Babbity. Hold on. This ain't it. Stand by, everyone. This ain't it. This Is this it? This is it. Okay, I'm gonna send this to you. All right.
Go.
Am I done here? I gotta need more here, right? Do I need more here?
I think his own question was verse 4, sir.
Gomas? Okay, go ahead.
But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness.
Fornication, slow it down, please. Fornication, that's unlawful sex. What's the next one?
And all uncleanness.
All uncleanness, what is that? Breaking any of the laws. All uncleanness. Doing anything that's unlawful. That's not love. To do anything unlawful. What are you doing? Lying and selling a garment. You telling everyone it's wool, but really it's the hair you cut off of somebody's head. You're telling everyone it's leather, but really it's plastic mixed with leather. That's not love. You're cheating people. The laws give us love. The laws show us how to walk in love. You sell someone a garment, you tell them it's silk. Really, it's 20% silk, 20% rayon. You lied to them. Why do you think that in America you have to put a tag on clothing? That's because that's a law. You have to put what's in the garment on a tag because we showed people how to not cheat their citizens. You're not allowed to cheat people. It's from the Bible. It's from the Bible. That's not love if you're cheating people when you sell them garments. Keep going. That's any uncleanness. Keep going.
Or covetousness.
What does it mean to covet someone? Attempted robbery, attempted adultery, attempted murder. That's what to covet someone. The Christians don't know what covet is. I don't know what Christians talk about coveting day and night. They just don't know anything because they're ignorant LGBT members. To covet is attempted stealing. Thou shalt covet nothing that is thy brother's, not thy brother's wife, not his ox or his land. So when I attempt to steal it, I didn't take it. That would be stealing. But I plotted on it. I tried to do it. That's the law of, you're breaking the law of covetousness. You're not allowed to want it, meaning to try to take it. You understand? Attempted stealing is what it means to covet. All right? If you're doing that, you don't love anybody else. You don't love the people you're trying to rob. Continue.
Let it not be once named among you.
Don't you never let anybody say that any of you is a fornicator, that any of you is attempting and plotting on taking something that belongs to thy brother, don't you, or doing anything that's unclean. Don't do it one time. No one do it one time. That's the kind of world that the Israelite School of UPK under commanding General YAHANNA is building. We're building a world where no one would ever say, YAHUWAH, YAHUSHUA. No one would ever say somebody's black is smoking weed. Never. Somebody black is a Christian. Never. That never would happen. Never. A black drug addict, a Hispanic thief. Never. That's the world that General YAHANNA is building under Christ. Continue.
As becometh saints.
As becometh saints. What is a saint? A saint is a repentant Israelite. An Israelite who was a sinner, but he has changed. And now he is keeping the commandments of God. All right? Am I done here or not? Can everyone hear me? The mic is far away. I forgot I was even here until just now. Can anyone hear me online, or do you hear me well? Solid. Did I answer the question or not?
The question's on Justin, what is Justin?
Okay, skip. Go ahead. Is it next verse?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Neither filthiness.
Now, what does it mean to be filthy, to be disgusting, to do vile things that are against the law? That goes back into your sexual proclivities, which are terrible and disgusting and unlawful. That goes back to that. Somebody asked me another question. If you deal with a man, a transgender man, are you gay? The gayest. Yeah. You're absolutely gay. I don't even know what we've been talking about with asking me that question. Are you gay? Absolutely. What if he cuts off his penis? He has the full surgery. Are you gay? Gayer than ever. You're still gay because that's a mutilated man. You want to do disgusting things because you've seen them in movies and you are susceptible to advertising a little too much. You do what you've seen on movies a little too much. You can't stop yourself from doing whatever you see on a movie. The next thing you know, you'll build a car and try to travel through time. That'll be your dumb ass. You'll build a car and try to go back to the future. Because anything you see on a movie, you got to have a threesome. That's filthy. You have to. Why? It was on the movie. You got to be LGBT. It was on the movie. You got to be. Do you have the video I sent you? If you don't mind, play that. You got to do everything you see. You can't help yourself. You got to listen to a rap song. You have to do what the rapper tells you to do. You have to. Because you are what the Bible calls a fool. I didn't get it to you. Damn. I didn't push send. I'm still like you. All right, there you go. All right, that's all the filthiness, all of your nasty, disgusting things that you see our oppressor do that, of course, you must do the same way Eve had to do it because the snake told her to do it. Continue.
Nor foolish talking.
Let me tell you something else. You can't shut your stupid mouth either. You better shut your mouth. You talk a ton of foolish talking. You're a fool. So what do? You talk and say stupid things, and you're drunk. Did I mention that to you? You're drunk. You're an alcoholic. You don't know you're an alcoholic because knowing you're an alcoholic would cause you to fight being an alcoholic. You are a disgusting drunk. That's why you talk all the time and offend people all the time. That's why you make those posts on getting in all You need to argue with somebody because you're drunk. So you get on Facebook, you don't have a friend because no one wants to be your friend because you're a drunk and you're ill-mannered and no one wants to be around you because you're a disgusting drunk. But you do have the internet. So you get on there and type for a response, somebody to get angry and say something to you. And then somebody says, well, you stop saying that. Now you're happy because now you can have human interaction. You're lonely, disgusting, drunk. And you need to argue to just get human interaction at night. You're filthy and shame and an embarrassment to everyone that knows you. Read that last part again.
Nor foolish talking.
Yeah, that's a ton of foolish talking. You're stupid, and you keep talking and saying stupid things that offend people who you otherwise should be loving and should be kind to. Shut your mouth, all right? Just shut up. Anything else?
Nor jesting.
What does it mean to jest? Jesting is joking. That's what jesting is. Oh, I was only joking when I called him a bitch and I said he was a bitch and he was nothing. Why'd you say that? I was just joking. That's how you joke. Oh, you joke like that. That's real funny. Maybe when you said that Puerto Rico was a floating pile of garbage, that was just a joke. I'm going to joke when I take your son and dash him against a rock. I'm going to laugh about it. I'm going to laugh about it. When your wife is on her knees kissing my soldier's boots, I'm going to chuckle to myself about it. When your child is being unalived for the sins of his father, it's going to be hysterical to me. I pray you understand. Joking, jesting in this context is joking when you're trying to hurt someone. You're trying to hurt them. You're trying to belittle them. Think about yourself during your spades games that you can't stop doing. You know, spades is lawful. Belittling your brother is not. Basketball is lawful. Fouling him with an elbow in the face and then calling it a mistake is not. The belittling someone and then saying you're playing, that's not lawful. And it's not love. It's not love. All right? Please, let me show you. This is going, what did I bring this up for? There was something in the beginning we were discussing. I think at the top of this, right? At the top of this, Nakar, is that right?
I believe
Fornication. Right, fornication. If you think that LGBT people are that way because they're born that way, you're lying so that you can abuse another LGBT person. You're abusing them. And you people, oh Lord, you women who are LGBT, you are some of the most cruel people in the world, especially the feminine lesbian. There are very few people more evil than the feminine lesbian. Everyone knows there are two lesbians, right? Am I telling you something you don't know? You got all the movies, right? It's the one, you got two lesbians. You got the one who's like her, right? She has short hair. Usually she's 300 pounds. She's been that way since she was a young girl. And she has a sister that's pretty. So she never thought she was attractive to men because she thought she was too heavy, too tall. Her hair didn't grow. She had bad skin. So because of that, she decided she would take love anywhere she could get it. And she became a lesbian. The pretty lesbian, the one with long hair, the one with a nice shape, who is abusing this bull. That pretty one is evil. The bull one is a victim to her. She's a victim. That pretty one is using her because she knows that she is lonely and broken. And the pretty one just wants to be the prettiest girl in the room. So she stays around some big bull woman. And this bull woman does what for her? Who knows what a bull woman does for the pretty lesbian? This is a Black and Hispanic, what's the word? A trope. Who knows? Give me the first thing she does. She gives her sexual satisfaction, right? She does it. She's a sex object because the bull dagger gets no sexual gratification, nothing, because she doesn't want to know she's a woman. So you can't touch her down in her woman areas. All she does is please the pretty lesbian. What else does the unattractive masculine lesbian do for the pretty lesbian? You know, she pays for everything. She has to have the money, because if she doesn't have money, she's not a man. And remember, she's trying to pretend to be a man. So she uses the pretty one, the unattractive so-called one, for her money. What else does she do? Babysit the children that the pretty lesbian has. The pretty lesbian has 3 kids because she's not really a lesbian. That's why she has 3 children. Do you understand? She's just using this unattractive, broken woman. She's manipulating her. So the pretty lesbian comes over every day and babysits the children, does everything she could do. When they go out to a club at night, when men try to talk to the pretty lesbian, because the pretty lesbian goes to the club dressed like what? A woman that wants a man. And men try to talk to her. And then what do you see over there next to her? That's my girl. Bitch, shut up. I'm taking her home tonight. Not that I would do something like that, but you get the point. The pretty one is the evil one. She's the selfish one. She's the manipulator. Let me show you what the bull woman is. Please play.
A lot of women don't come here. Okay, I was.
You gotta rewind it, please. I'm sorry.
And
You will become.
Go ahead.
pretty deep. A lot of women don't come here. Okay, I was. And I came to prison by now. And
You will become.
yes.
I'm a lesbian.
Yes, I am.
But you discovered that. You became that.
I was married to 3 years in prison to a man. It's just, I don't know. It started with a man.
You die. I know they don't hear this. I know they don't hear this. If you could make it louder, maybe for me, and slow it down. This woman is in prison. She was married to a man before she came to prison. And remember, he's a academic who's silly and stupid. So he's like, well, how did you become gay? Because you can't become gay. You're born gay. So how did you become gay? And she said, loneliness is terrible. It's terrible to be lonely. I had a husband out in the world. Then I was sent to jail, and I am sad and lonely, and I became gay, because that is all it is anyway. Someone craving human interaction that thinks they cannot get it any other way. It's evil for you to touch another gay person. If you're gay, you stay gay just like that. But don't ever abuse someone else who's gay, because you know how they got like that. You know they're lonely. You know their uncle touched them. You know they grew up in the foster care system. Why would you go and be gay with them? Just be gay by your damn self. You can't do that. Just stay gay. Just be gay. Just say, I'm gay, but I never have gay sex because I don't want to take advantage of someone who has been molested like me. That's a start. That's a start. Play it from the top. Verme una vez más, Mathumia.
Pretty deep. A lot of women don't come here. Okay, I wasn't when I came to prison, but I am now. And
You will become.
yes.
Practicing gay.
Yes, I'm a lesbian. Yes, I am.
But you discovered that, or you became that when you were here. When
I
you
was
came to
married 3
this.
years before I came to prison to a man. It's just, I don't know, loneliness is what started it. And then, I don't know, one thing led to another, and it may seem fake on the outside, but emotions and feelings are real.
And you have had such a deep relationship with this
two great loves. I had a dozen relationships, but I had two great loves.
That's enough.
And I had.
That's enough. Okay, that's not love. You can't say you love God if you're taking advantage of another victim, of someone else who grew up in a hellhole, who was touched when they were a child. You don't love anyone. Love is something you give. Love is something you give. Are there any other questions? Please, próximo.
This is from what? Michaela Benton. She says, Shalom, sir.
Please.
If I may, if we are to obey the law of the land, which we are in, how do we become a second or third wife?
Well, sex is marriage, sweet baby. So you don't need a marriage license. In most states, it's illegal to have two marriage licenses at the same time. I don't know why the people who advocate gay marriage don't advocate polygamy. Why is it illegal to marry two women, but it's not illegal for two men to get married? Is there no group that will march and protest to end the oppression of polygamy? No, they don't have a what's that called when they send the people to Congress they don't have a lobby that's willing to do that. But if you believe in gay marriage and you believe that gays should be able to legally marry, then I'm sure you believe that one man should legally marry three women. If love is love, right? If we all can love who we want to love, then why can't a man marry three women? It's illegal. One of the last acceptable oppressed beliefs and sexual choices is polygamy. Polygamy is the last sexual choice that is accepted to be oppressed. There is nothing else. You can be a Furby. You die. Let me tell you what I learned this week. I learned this 2 days ago from one of my daughters. One of my daughters told me that they learned about the pronouns in school, right? And she's reading the list of the pronouns to me. She said it's he, her, them, they, and it. I said, what you say? She said it. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? It. What is a it? I said, what? She said, yeah, Dad. Some people, their pronoun is a it. Then I went to ask someone in the medical field, and they said they learned that when they get new patients in who are children, that it is a pronoun. I said, how in the hell could a person be a it? There's no way for a oh, then I remember. Some of them ain't even people. Your diet broke that down for me. This is like a dog or a cat or something. I don't know what to do. It's a cat. So if it's a cat, where's the cat at? The cat is over there. It's over there. But yet a man cannot have three marriage licenses. The last acceptable oppressed sexual preference. Polygamy is a sexual preference. It's a man who decides, I want to have sex with 3 women, 4 women, 5 women. Why? Because it's my sexual choice. I was born this way. That's how I was born. I mean, I pray you understand that. I'm walking in that. Please, Armand.
Yeah, if I mean, so, they don't always say this is America. It's the home of the free.
Home of the free, land of the brave. I mean, a gay man can walk in there and marry a man. I can't bring 2 women on both arms and marry them. I don't know why. Well, guess what, brothers and sisters? It's illegal. You cannot do that. You cannot have 2 marriage licenses at the same time. You're going to jail if you do it. Here's the good news. You don't need a marriage license. Just have sex with all of them. Just have sex with her on Tuesday, her on Wednesday. Congratulations. You just got married twice. And that's life. And that's lawful. And that's how you can keep the law of the land and do what you were born to do. if you were born to do that. I have to preface that because not every man is a man that wants more than one woman, and you don't have to. Some men don't want any wife, and that is the highest level of discipline, to have no woman at all. Some men only want one wife. That is acceptable. Some men want 10. That is acceptable. Everyone understands. Who had their hand up? You there?
My cousin, sisters in the school that are nurses, they're saying that Zer is also a pronoun.
I've never heard of that one, brother. Say that one more time.
Zer.
Zer. Can they please? Alexa, what does the pronoun Zer mean?
Xer is a gender-neutral pronoun that is used to refer to individuals who identify outside of the gender binary. It is a pronoun that is used by people who do not identify as male or female, and is considered to be an inclusive and respectful way to address others. Xer is a pronoun that is gaining
Alexa,
popularity.
stop. You're getting real popular, yo. So you just nothing. You like an Elon Musk robot. You just nothing. You got nothing down there. You got nothing. You're like a Ken doll or a doll between your legs. You just have nothing. You are nothing. Okay. All right. I'm fine with that. I'll be respectful of that. You want me to call you Zer? All right, Zer. Come on in. Where you at, Zer? It. Come on in here. It. I understand. Here. They, them. Where you at? They, them. Now, just call me General Mahayaman of the Israelite School of U.P.K. That's how I identify. My pronoun is sir, bitch. Sir. That's my pronoun. My Lord. That's my pronoun. Out of one. That's my pronoun. That's it. And I choose, and my sexual preference is multiple women. And I'm sure that we can both be tolerant of each other. I pray you understand. All right? Come on, I gotta go. Come on, you died. Let me get in the car. Go ahead.
I'll make it real brief. So, at one point in time, I used to do residential engineering, and I had to do a lot of work in a lot of the alternative lifestyle community apartments.
Of course.
And I'll be doing work in the bathroom. You sitting there waiting for the drain to go down. You look over, you will see an army lineup of medicine, and someone just like, go ahead and start researching the name. It was the longest name I've ever seen in my life. It took me like 5 minutes to look it up. And when I looked up all the medicines, it was nothing but antidepressant. Crazy people that take medicine to not go insane. And I was like, good night. And then when they come in the apartment, I'm looking at them, I'm like, yeah.
I mean, what you say? Give him a hand. I mean, listen, you see that? When the officer in the car is saying he's searching for kindness. That's kind of. These people who are LGBT people, they have so many traumas and pain, and they're on antidepressant and antipsychotics. But instead of helping them, they give them cause to ignore the trauma with a flamboyant lifestyle. That's not love. That's not love. All right? Próximo preguntas.
That was it for the questions. All right.
Solid. All right, what do you want to do from here, you done? Okay, I believe that's that. Any other questions in the room? With that, I believe Commander General YAHANNA will be in Austin this Thursday. I believe so, right? Thursday. Austin, Texas. I'll be down there with him. I believe I'll teach a class in Austin this Thursday. We got the barbecue, all manner of delights down there in Austin, Texas, under Captain I.S.U.P.K. With that, shalom. With that, pass the class over to Priest Officer THEVIEW.
Welcome, God. Rock. So I.S.U.P.K security announcements. With I.S.U.P.K, Charlotte 1 West, 125th Street, Hall, New York, under command and jury YAHANNA. Move for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be secluded only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry, ties which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10 in Hebrew, Ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department. Priest fund. Free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. All right. And then the next up and coming holy convocation is the Feast of Dedication, or the Hanukkah. You can find this, it's the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. All right. And it's on the 25th of December. And you can find this in 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. Right, remind Hakim and Akwafian to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, men of Israel, I imagine, which means to sing. Men of Israel, we're going to get a courtesy salute. Imam Shabbat, Imam, Barak, YAHUAH, Shimmy Yahushua, Barak, not the top, so, which means to turn. Imam Shabbat. We're going to give the sister one courtesy salute. Imam Shabbat, Imam, Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Al-Thurn, Ba, Shimmy Yahushua. Najma Tom, Pastor Smith. No,